Ah, shit. Did I even turn it on? The world rewards audacity, not potential. You see it all the time. You see someone who you think may be less talented or less skillful in a certain area, but they're getting more opportunities. They're actually climbing higher heights than you think to seem that you are climbing. And you question yourself, you say, why does this person get this and that and whatever? And what the quote tells us is that although people might have the greatest potential in the world, without the audacity to back it up, it's pretty much fucking useless, right? So the difference between you and this other person, this imaginary person, is that they actually have the audacity to go and chase whatever it is they're chasing. I describe potential like a gun, right? Audacity is the bullets that you put into it. Without audacity, your potential is pretty much useless, whether that be in a talent or in life, in love, whatever. You have to have the audacity to kind of make things happen. And what do I mean by audacity, or what does the quote mean by audacity? Audacity doesn't necessarily mean you have to be loud or cocky to get what you want. Audacity is like a strong, subtle, quiet confidence in yourself. A lot of people, and naturally so, chase validation from other people. Having the audacity is giving yourself the validation. So you have a strong sense of validation within yourself, and that dictates how you move forward when you do chase a certain thing, or when you try and attract a certain goal, or whatever that may be. You can clearly tell the difference when you are motivated by your own instinct validation. You give yourself the validation. You genuinely believe that you can and you do deserve something, compared to getting validation fueled by other people, which is very variable. You might not get it all the time, and that runs out pretty quickly. Everyone knows that experience. A lot of people nowadays, I'm sure you see it, I see it in myself, really. But a lot of people have great potential, whether that be in life and love, in their career, whatever. They have the best potential. They can be the best at this and this and that, X, Y, and Z. But do they necessarily have the audacity to back it up? And that's what makes all the difference. Having the audacity is what kind of fuels, what kind of springs you into these new opportunities. Having potential is great, but does it necessarily put you into opportunities where you can be successful? Most likely not, okay? Audacity is kind of paving your own way, so not waiting on anything to come to you so your potential can be put to use. You're not relying on fate or destiny. You're taking control of your life. You're dictating the terms in your own way. Having audacity means that you have that validation, like I said, but you genuinely believe that you do deserve a certain thing in life, and you're willing to go to whatever ends to get it. So in order to do that, you need to get rid of imposter syndrome. You need to actually genuinely believe that you do deserve something. And in that way, when you do have that audacity, the world kind of meets you halfway, or you do walk along the path, and then opportunities start to arise. They start to meet you where you are. Sitting down with potential and sitting like this, and I have all the potential in the world, nothing's gonna really come to me unless I start moving, right? A strong example I would make for this quote, and this scenario gets thrown around a lot actually. You can learn a lot from this scenario. You've probably heard it before, but when Kanye West goes to the record labels and actually plays the single Through the Wire, before it popped off and before he gained any traction, he would go, you can search up the video on YouTube, but he goes to these record labels and literally puts the cassette in and plays his song, and he's bopping his head, he's rapping the lyrics and everything. In that time, he probably looked like the biggest fucking loser, or he probably looked embarrassing, he probably looked very audacious, obviously very cocky, very this, very that. But you can see when you watch that video and when you do think about it, he genuinely had that belief that, yes, I'm going to be a superstar, I'm going to be a rapper, producer, I'm going to be huge, whatever. He didn't wait on anyone to kind of give him that validation. In my opinion, it was that audacity, that deep-rooted belief in himself is the only reason why he's successful. A lot of people, and that record label included, they turned him down. They said it's not a hit, it's not this, it's not that. With his audacity, which is what Kanye is known for, that actually pushed him to higher heights for people to actually recognize his potential. Kanye West is a great example of this because he has a lot of potential. He's obviously a very talented guy. But without that audacity that he's so famous for, he probably wouldn't have gotten nowhere. And to be audacious, you have to risk being embarrassing. You have to risk coming off a certain way. And the social rules, especially nowadays with everyone recording everything in a digital footprint, people hesitate to kind of make ballsy moves or to do something embarrassing and all this sort of stuff because it's recorded and it's online and it's there forever, right? Kanye West and playing through the wire for the record labels is a very good example of this quote actually coming to fruition, because he genuinely had that deep-rooted belief in himself, and that's probably one of the only reasons why he reached to the heights that he's rose to, I guess. And I noticed this with my last video that I made as well, which was Fuck It, Let's Go to Queenstown. I genuinely needed a lot of audacity to make that video, only because if I didn't, the video wouldn't have been what it was. And I wanted to kind of follow the plan and make everything the way I wanted it to. So I didn't want to leave things out. So that meant I had to ask these random business owners for interviews, and I had to record myself in the street. I had to record myself doing this and that. And I'm sure I looked very fucking stupid doing it all. And I was aware of that. Over time, I kind of got over it a little bit. But in the moment, I knew like, oh my God, I probably look so silly right now. I look very stupid. But when the final product came out, I was actually very happy with it. And I was very glad that I put myself out there and risked looking stupid and risked looking a little bit silly. And I did what I had to do to get that done. If I had to say I have a travel vlog and it's got all these followers and videos and all this sort of stuff, I would have said it. I don't give a fuck if I was lying. It's that audacity that, yeah, I want to do this and I think I can do a good job with it. I want to give it a crack, and I don't really care if I look stupid or silly, whatever. People aren't going to think about you for that long. Even if you do look silly, you make a mistake or whatever, people aren't going to dwell on it. People got their own shit going on, and eventually you're going to die anyway, right? So when you think of it like that, it kind of makes it a little bit easier for you. So closed mouths don't get fed, because I had to ask for a lot of fucking help from a lot of different people. I had to let my ego down a little bit. I had to look silly. I had to look a little stupid. I remember my friends kind of feeling a little awkward when we were doing that interview. So thanks you to my friends for kind of seeing that through. Because I'm also aware when I am doing something creative, or when I was doing that video that I had just published, there's a lot of travel vloggers, right? There's fucking 10,000 different people doing the exact same, not the exact same thing, but doing a similar or the same thing to me, right? And they're way more knowledgeable about this. They've been doing it for a while, yada, 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 right? So what am I gonna do to stand out and to show that I can actually do this for real? So that meant I had to do things a little differently. I had to be a little unorthodox with the way I did things. And like I said, there's so many people doing the exact same shit with all these views and likes and subscribers, yada, yada, yada. I have to do what I do to kind of stand out from the crowd, if that makes sense. Now, you're probably asking me, how do I apply this? How do I have audacity? And now, obviously, I'm not no fucking professional, but the quote kind of did speak to me a little bit, because it just made sense, because I see a lot of people with potential. Potential's everywhere if you have the eyes to look. But audacity is the thing that's going to spring you into the opportunities that you want, because the universe naturally rewards that. It rewards being ballsy, it rewards movement, it rewards action, right? So how to apply this? And you know what? This isn't solely revolving around career or getting a job. As humans, we struggle to have the audacity to tell people how we feel. and risk being vulnerable. In love, sometimes do you necessarily believe that you deserve a certain person? Do you necessarily have the audacity to believe that you are capable of a good relationship? This is just an example, right? Do you risk being vulnerable to someone when you don't really know what they will say back? Another example is when you hit rock bottom, do you have the belief in yourself that you can actually change shit and put your mind to it, make a better life for yourself? See how all of this kind of revolves around having an innate belief in yourself. If you don't believe it, no one really will, right? People kind of feed off your energy. If you don't believe that you deserve a certain thing, what makes someone else think that they're gonna fucking believe in you, right? The world mirrors your energy in that way, I find. At some point, you have to honestly realize that you're capable of something bigger. You're capable of better opportunities and more blessings and more heights coming your way. Now, you are audacious. What's the reward that this universe gives you for being audacious, right? The thing is, the world can't reward you for your potential. You can be the best fucking painter in the world, but the world isn't gonna reward you just because you're talented or you're skillful or whatever. The hard part is moving that potential and making something tangible with it. Only when you begin moving is when opportunities rise and paths begin to reveal themselves. So if you're on a path, if you stay stuck and don't walk that path full of ups and downs, right, you're never gonna know what's on that path, what's ahead of you. But if you walk that path, you will find that the answers reveal themselves naturally. You don't know what sort of opportunities are down that road or down that path until you walk it. And you don't have to walk down the right path. You just need to walk. Action is better than inaction, right? So when you do kind of swallow your pride and just walk, that's when the world rewards you, and it gives you opportunities, or it gives you signs to dictate where you're going. Potential waits for permission, and audacity has its own timing, right? I just made that up. That was pretty good, right? I thought it was pretty good. So for you guys out there, you don't really know what you're capable of until you instill that strong self-belief. Have the audacity to go out there and get what you want. If you're curious, just go and try. Whatever your shit is, just do it. The answer will reveal themselves once that is done. It's not gonna come to you. Go out and try. You are the only person that's stopping you. You and your fear of looking stupid, your fear of failure, looking silly, your fear of not fitting in. And if you don't fit in, if you do fail, if you do look silly or stupid, remember you're gonna die anyway, okay? After that happens, no one's gonna remember you looking silly or stupid or failing, for one. And two, people are gonna fucking forget about you anyway. Pretty dark, but hey, I think it motivates you because it is true, right? That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you are audacious, whoever you are, right? Just have the fucking balls. It's not that easy, I know, but the world will reward you if you just suck up your fucking pride and just try. Just at least do that. You don't have to be a superstar. You don't have to get the job. You don't have to get the person. Just try and put yourself out there and see what the world gives you. You don't know what's on that path. You have a long path ahead of you. You don't know what's ahead. You could meet different people, different opportunities. You don't know, you can't fathom what is on this path ahead of you. Only God knows. The only way to find out is to go and walk that path. The other option is you don't walk that path and you have that path there for your whole life, and then you're fucking 80 or 70 or 60. The possibility of walking that path is just not existent anymore. So you reach that age and then you realize that that path was never walked, and you'll never know what was on that path to reveal itself within. And with that comes deep-seated regret. But yeah, that's it for today. I hope you liked that. There'll be more to come if I'm audacious enough, right? But yeah, thank you for watching this video. I recommend you watch my other videos, or not. You don't have to, but I think they're good. And then keep out for the other videos that I'm gonna post, and the other ones. And I don't know what's down the track for me. There might be one more video, or there might be a whole list of other videos, a whole lot of other videos. Who knows? I guess we'll find out.